If you're keen to hear the best and worst of Korean skincare brand Laneige, then stick around because today I'm going through the ones that you absolutely must try and some that I think are maybe better to skip. Hello and welcome to the Korean Beauty Show podcast. I'm your host, Lauren Lee, the founder of Style Story, where you can shop, learn, and explore the world of Korean skincare, and the founder of K-Beauty brand Jellyco. So welcome back to another week, and for this week I want to try something a little bit different, something maybe slightly controversial. It's essentially a new segment and I'm going to give it a test. You obviously feel free to come back with your feedback. If you absolutely hate it, we don't need to do it again. But I'm going to try and rate the best and the worst of some Korean skincare and different brands. Now this, I'm going to caveat from the get-go that I want this to be fun. Obviously all opinions are totally subjective. Like what works for one person's skin type is not necessarily going to work for the next person. And I also don't want you to be offended if one of your all-time favorite products is like on the wrong version of the list. Because I do have some hot takes sometimes that people don't necessarily agree with. And that's also because of my skin type, which is very, very reactive. It's very sensitive. I get acne. I have had acne all my life. I now also have rosacea. So I'm just one of those lucky people that has a hard time finding products. So I'm not going to base it entirely on my own opinions for that reason, that I just feel like that's just going to rule out too many products. Like honestly, we would not have a whole lot of stuff to talk about on this show if we were limited to just me and my very, very picky skin. So I think what I want to do is broaden it up a little bit. Thankfully, I don't just have to rely on my own opinion because I previously distributed and sold Laneige products and a whole lot of other brands for over 10 years. So I have a fairly good handle on what our customers used to love, what they liked about particular products and maybe what they didn't like. So I'm going to broaden it open a little bit and talk about some of that feedback as well, if it's something that I don't think like entirely lines up with what I think. So that is my caveats. I'm just going to get them out of the way at the very beginning because I know that segments like this can make people really, really upset, especially if one of your favorite products, is called out. People are like, oh, how dare she? Or, I've seen how it goes down. So I don't want people to get, too hung up on it. It is supposed to be fun, but I'm going to go into like some personal experiences, things that I've seen over the years, products that sell, products that didn't sell so well, and also some things that I noticed in our time distributing them, if there were issues with the formulas or issues with packaging and stuff like that. That's what I'm going to cover as well. So if you do like the show, if you would like to support us, do not forget to like and subscribe to the podcast, or follow along if you're on Apple Podcasts so that you don't miss the new episodes when they drop as well. All right, let's kick it off with the best. Okay, and I think it is safe to say that this one is an absolute fan favorite. It was one of our customers' personal favorites for years and years and years, and that was the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Honestly, this product was so popular that we could barely keep it on the shelf, particularly the last couple of years that we were distributing products. No matter what flavor it was in, people just loved this product. They wanted to use it. They wanted to try all of the different colors. So, I don't think that you could go past any discussion on this brand without talking about the lip sleeping mask. The only thing I will say, the only the drawback maybe for some people is that because it does have that very waxy and sticky formula, I personally found that it was better for overnights and that it could get a little too gloopy for daytime use. That would be the only caveat that I would make to that. Whereas, there are some other products that are not quite as waxy, not quite as sticky and gloopy. That would be my only comment on that one. But that was definitely on our bestseller list for so many years. So that one, very, very popular product. The next one in the best of Laneige category is undoubtedly the Cream Skin Refiner. So this was another one that our customers just absolutely loved and that people really, really rave about. I've shared my personal opinion on this one in the past, which is that I do think it's fine, but potentially just slightly overrated. I've gone through several jars and, it's not that I don't enjoy it. It is rosacea safe, I have found. I think it's just a nice hydrating layer. That's kind of where I would categorize it. Whereas I know for some people it's like holy grail status. They absolutely love it. I think a lot of products have been introduced to the market in this creamy toner essence category since this product was released. So I think it has a fair amount of competition in this day and age into circa 2024. But I think that this product, just because of how famous it is, how much great feedback, like our customers loved it. That was honestly definitely just factual information. So I think my take was probably a little bit of a hot take, which is that I didn't think it was groundbreaking, but I still do think that it deserves a place on the best list for that reason, that people just really, really enjoyed using this product. They rated it highly. They came back and bought more. It was a popular product. It's a popular product, and I think that that's for a good reason. Now, they have changed the formula slightly over the years as well, which I know can be controversial. Some people have said, I don't know if it's as good as it used to be, but I still think that that product was, it's a product that a lot of people have tried to, a lot of brands certainly have tried to do their own version of. So I think that also speaks to the popularity of the product itself as well. Now, another one that is probably more my style that I think also belongs on the best list is the Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum. So this was another one that honestly our customers just loved for years on end. It's a classic Korean primer style. It's basically a primer in a serum bottle that incorporates a bit of glow as well as hydration, and it's designed to make your makeup really sort of glide on. It's gone through several iterations over the years. The bottle design, they've changed it slightly, but it also remains a staple in Laneige's collection, and I think that in itself is a testament to how popular and well loved this product actually is, particularly in K-beauty. If something kind of sticks around for a very long time, that means it's a very, very popular product, because Korean brands do not tend to hold on to products that underperform, that aren't sort of really, really, at the top of the bestseller list. And this one has been around for a very long time when so many of their other products have disappeared. So I think that this definitely qualifies for the best of Laneige as well. So now I'm going to get to the section where I go through some of the ones that I don't necessarily rate. So keep your wigs on and let's just see how we go with this, but don't at me for any of these, please. All right, I'm going to start out with probably the most controversial, which is the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that this is a bestseller of theirs. I know it's been around forever, and I kind of am going to contradict myself because it is globally popular. This is my honest personal opinion about it, and I've just never been able to really make this work for me. I've tried so many of the different iterations of it. It's just not sensitive skin friendly, I think, is the other thing. I don't really like the fragrance that it has, and I just don't enjoy using it. Was it a really good seller, and did a lot of our customers enjoy it? Yes, but I don't feel like we got the same rave reviews for this product as we have for others in their collection. I think a lot of people tried this product and purchased it, because it was so talked about, and one of the products that is really synonymous with the brand. But even the feedback that we got over the years, it wasn't one of those ones that everyone was just like, this is amazing. So I think it probably really depends, again, like on your skin type, what you're looking for in a product, other products you've tried, all of those kind of things that make skincare sort of so subjective. But this is a product that I've always just kind of thought, meh, like, yeah, okay. So look, bit of a hot take, but that one, no. Now, another one that I can honestly say that is just not a favorite of mine, and I don't think was a winner, is the Laneige Radiant C Cream. Personally, for me, obviously the combination of vitamin C and fragrance was just way too much for my skin. It was a bit of a breakout in a bottle kind of scenario. but it wasn't that popular among our customers either. Although the serum that was of the same line and the same name, that was. However, I would like to give a dishonorable mention to that serum because the amount of products that exploded and leaked in transit of that serum, honestly, was mind-blowing. I feel like the amount of people that were like asking for a refund or complaining that the product had exploded on the way to them, I feel like there was probably just as many people as ordered them. Like, it was really not a very stable formula. And we just had so many problems with them. Like, they would arrive to our warehouse and our warehouse would be like, guys, these are all exploded or leaking out the side. And then the ones that weren't leaking, by the time they got to the customers, they were leaking. Like, it was just not a great product from a distribution perspective. I don't know if maybe it worked better, on the shelf if it didn't have to move too far, but evidently shipping it internationally and then also, domestically, if the post people are, a little bit rough with it, it just did not work out. So those products and that line, not my favorite. Not my favorite. Now, another one, and this is going to be controversial because I know some people really, really like these, but the Laneige cushions, they've made so many over the years, and I've honestly just found the bulk of them to just be, again, like just average formulas for probably slightly above average pricing. So Amore Pacific is the head company of Laneige, and they make some really, really great cushion foundations. But I have honestly just found that the Laneige ones over the years have pretty consistently underperformed for me personally. Like, they are just not a product that I would ever go out and buy. And I've tried them, like I've given them a chance and I just don't love them. I don't love the way they sit a lot of the time. I've never found a formula that I've really been super impressed with. And, cushions in Korea itself is like, that is the most popular category of base makeup. So there are a lot of competitors on the market, so many products, so many brands. Cushions are the other kind of thing that tend to be they move really, really quickly. There seems to always be new products on the market. Like, one product will be released 1 year and by the next year we'll already have a new one, like 2 years maybe. Even for like the most popular of popular cushions, like if I think about the ones that I was using 5 years ago or 10 years ago, like they just don't exist anymore. But the Laneige ones over the years, I've just never found one that I'm like, this is it. So look, take that with a grain of salt. I think the thing about them is that they're accessible. They are widely accessible outside of Korea. And I think that's probably why they are, so well known overseas. But domestically in Korea, with how many other products there are on the market, they have just not been winners for me. So look, that's really probably a hot take. I'm not sure, but that's my take. Look, I'm just going to, before I get to the very last products on my list, I'm going to do a shameless plug and introduce you, I guess, to our line, our Jellicoe line. If you do love Korean beauty products, we would obviously love for you to try ours as well. We are now online in even more places, so you'll find us jellicoe.com. We are at Amazon in Australia and the US. We are now also available on ecosmetics.com in the US as well, at CO Bigelow in New York City, and offline at Jardin Pharmacy in Australia. So we would love for you to try our products. And who knows, maybe one day someone will make a list of these for our products as well. Probably we will deserve it. Look, it is honestly all very subjective, and I guess that is the takeaway message that I would like you to leave this show with. It's a safe space. If you disagree vehemently with one of my opinions, that is totally fine. But look, another pretty average Laneige product is the lip balm in a tube. So it's, the ones that they sell at Sephora. I have it. I have been trying to use it. for well over a year at this point. Like I've got it and I've carted it around with me, and I just don't love it. I personally don't love letting products go to waste, especially if there's like nothing technically wrong with them. Like even if it's like not the best product in the world, I'll use it up just because I'm like, well, I bought it. Like, you know, I don't want it to go to waste. It's not great for the environment. Let's just keep going with it. But honestly, in my opinion, there was just nothing really special about it. I wouldn't buy it again. A little bit sticky probably would be my personal take. I didn't love the color of the one that I got. I think I got the berry flavored one. It's fine. It's fine. It's only just fine. Now, another product that, again, I think is interesting but just fine is the Laneige Bouncy and Firm Eye Sleeping Mask. Very interesting texture. Love the packaging, but I think the effect that you are getting on your eyes with that product is largely to do with the sodium acrylates cross polymer, which is having a moment right now. It's not an uncommon skincare ingredient, but it is kind of popular at the moment, whether people realize it or not, because it's in the Biodance collagen masks. So they're the ones that turn from like a clear transparent sheet to white when you use it. And it basically, what this ingredient is, it forms a film over your skin when it dries, and that's what kind of gives you the glossy glass skin look that a lot of people like. So that's another one that I'm just like, okay, yeah, okay, I see what you've done here. Yeah. Don't sort of have any, deeper thoughts on it than that. Just kind of like, okay, all right. So look, that is the end of my list. And I kind of had to go and do some digging for this because I'm like, I've tried a lot of products over the years, and I don't know that I have really strong opinions on the vast majority of them. Like, honestly, I've tried a lot of really average products over the years. I've tried some that are absolutely amazing. And then, the other thing is, a lot of the products that you fall in love with, particularly in Korean beauty, they will get discontinued. So, there's that heartbreaking pattern of finding something that you really, really love, and then it either gets reformulated or it gets discontinued or just too hard to purchase, and you kind of move on to new things. But I think, in terms of Laneige as a brand, I think what is really great about it is how accessible that it is to people. And I think that's why so many people have tried so many of their products. Honestly, it was a very good selling, a well-selling brand, a well-liked brand, a popular brand at our store. That was one of the first brands that we ever launched with. So I don't want this to come across as me dissing Laneige, because honestly, they have made some really, really beautiful products that people have absolutely fallen in love with over the years. But have there been some misses or some that I just personally don't really gel with? I'd say so. And I think, again, like I mentioned, issues with products exploding or, leaking in transit, that kind of thing is just annoying more than anything, because it's so heartbreaking. There's nothing worse than getting an email from a customer who has been really wanting to try something and then it arrives and it's like already no good. I'm pretty sure we had instances of multiple products going out to customers, and like several times they arrived kind of like leaking, and then we were just like, what can we do at this point? Like, it's just more heartbreaking to send in another one and see, what's going to happen. So those kind of things obviously are never ideal. But yeah, I think just in general, there's always going to be some products that are just, they're just nothing special, like they're fine, but like you wouldn't go out and tell somebody to buy it. Like, I'm sure everyone has tried so many products like that. And I feel like over the years, I've definitely tried a few from Laneige that I'm just like, no, what can you say about this? What can you really say? So look, you'll have to let me know. Do you like this kind of episode? Do you want to hear more? Is this just like too, I guess, person specific to be very relevant, like you'll have to let me know. I'm happy to keep running with it. If you hate it, let's just leave it here and never talk about this again. Come and find me and let me know what you thought. And until next time, I will see you on Style Story and Jellicoe.